In June of 2020, a Twitter account was created by someone named Seraphine with this picture as the first post. According to the Twitter bio, Seraphine was an aspiring music producer who wanted to share her work and ambitions with her fans on social media. She worked a regular job like roller skating and hated getting up early in the morning and dealt with self-confidence issues just like so many young people today. And she received so much support. People loved her. There's just one problem. Seraphine doesn't exist.
We made it up. We made this one up. It's a made-up tale. It's a total fabrication.
You might look at the pictures of this animated girl and think to yourself, of course she doesn't exist. Duh, she's an anime girl. When I discovered Seraphine, I, of course, knew this, but I did think there was an actual individual person behind the character that was actually a musician. I thought it was just a really cool persona, a kind of cool character to put up for marketing your work and leave a unique impression. Kind of like how Daft Punk always wore those helmets. My introduction to this character was hearing her cover of the KDA song Pop Stars, and I enjoyed it a lot and eventually ran across the other covers that she did, and I like those too. Fast forward a few months to the reveal of League of Legends' newest champion, Seraphine. Wait, what? How is this anime girl that did covers I listened to on YouTube being added into the world of Runeterra? I honestly was really confused. I don't frequent League of Legends subreddits or anything like that, so I was a bit out of the loop. I still wondered if this was some weird tribute, because I had heard that Seraphine was going to work with the people that made KDA and produce something. Now, I know this sounds really dumb in hindsight, but I honestly had no idea what the hell was going on. I had been listening to some of her covers for months at this point without knowing what Seraphine was. I thought Seraphine was an actual person, and at the reveal of the new League champion, I finally put two and two together. The weird truth of the matter was that Seraphine was not a single person creating musical covers on YouTube and weird posts with an animated avatar. It was Riot Games. Seraphine was just a very complicated and in-depth marketing campaign to launch their new Worlds event and new champion, and most importantly, new ultimate skin. With the hype around Worlds and the success of KDA a couple years ago, anyone could have guessed that more K-pop inspired music and League skins would be returning to the Rift, but I honestly did not expect anything like this, and I thought it was really cool. I thought, wow, Riot, this is such a crazy and in-depth way to market your new champion and skin line, and ultimately bring new players to League of Legends in general. But then, I was reminded of this. Seraphine's tweet about mental health, along with a whole lot of other posts that tried to make this thing seem like a person. It wasn't a person. It was never a person. I mean, someone did manage the Twitter account and make those posts, but every facet of this thing called Seraphine was created by different and multiple people at Riot. Seraphine wasn't really even a persona. It was an idea created by a company in order to make money. And the way they concocted this plan to make money was, well, kind of bizarre, honestly. Just think about it. People at Riot created this character called Seraphine, which posted on Twitter and uploaded real song covers for months and months, growing a following, many of which were aware of the whole stunt, I am sure, because there's people out there, I guess, smarter than me, but also people who probably saw her daily Twitter posts about going to work and having to get up early in the morning, and saw her struggle with mental health, and really felt a connection. I promise I didn't, okay? I would never feel a connection to an anime girl, right? Okay, yeah? Riot then hoped that this emotional connection that many people would feel to Seraphine would then create an even bigger amount of hype when she was announced to be added to League of Legends, and maybe, just maybe, more people would feel that connection to her enough that they would fork over the cash for her new ultimate skin, maybe? Now you might say, alright dude, stop being so cynical, it's not that insidious. It's just the people at Riot being really creative about finding new ways to market their game. You might say that Seraphine is similar to a mascot at a fast food restaurant maybe. Everybody knows Wendy isn't real, but you might feel some kind of way when you see Wendy, and that feeling, that familiarity might be enough for you to buy one of their disgusting hamburgers. And what's the harm in that? To me, it's just that for some reason I feel Seraphine is different. She's not trying to get us to buy anything explicitly, and she's not really being equated to a specific feeling. For example, how car commercials always try to equate their product with a luxurious lifestyle and financial success. No, Seraphine is selling something arguably a bit more personal. She's selling personal connection itself. Okay, again, you might say, so what? What's the difference between her and all the other people online selling that feeling of personal connection? I mean, it's pretty ubiquitous on YouTube and Twitch, but at least the people behind the screens are actually people, and not a company. A few years back, there was this Black Mirror episode about an annoying character named Waldo who got extremely popular by interacting with political figures and being generally annoying and vulgar. Well, the long story short is that this character actually ended up receiving votes in the election. The show ends with the character reaching superstar status as the face of many companies and brands. All the while, the creator of the character has become homeless. It's a bit of a cynical take, but this annoying character kind of reminded me of Seraphine. It's a character created by a company and marketed as something that you can connect to personally, instead of the character connecting with people regarding nihilism or apathy with the current political system. Seraphine connects with people more personally about goals and mental health and just being a kind of relatable, hot anime girl, I guess. Anyways, at the end of the day, I think the only problems with any of this really only crop up when, just like in the Black Mirror episode, the creator of the character is not really being represented. We don't actually get to know the real people behind this Seraphine. It's all fake, all a facade. If real humans that helped create Seraphine are going through mental health crises, we don't get to know about it. And at worst, we don't care about it because we care about Seraphine. What if the insane amount of work put in to create this Seraphine actually contributed to several Riot employees' mental health problems? Not saying it did, but the irony would be quite palpable. There is one other example of a character like Seraphine that I can think of. Joy, a character from the movie Blade Runner 2049, is an AI that is meant to simulate a lover or companion and provide a kind of emotional, albeit artificial, connection. The slogan stated on holographic advertisements is everything you want to see, everything you want to hear. Meaning that this AI would provide a positive social connection no matter what. Although Seraphine isn't a customizable companion, it certainly tried to build a connection with the people that chose to follow her. Both Joy and Seraphine were created as a product. And instead of simply being the mascot for a product, or hoping to establish a relationship between a certain feeling and a product, Riot is selling an emotion directly. And although there are many words to describe this feeling, I don't think it's unrealistic to say it's love. They're kind of hoping you fall in love with Seraphine. That you feel loved by Seraphine. That there is some kind of connection. And I don't know about you, but selling the feeling of connection and love at a time when the entire world is more isolated than it maybe has ever been, that has the potential to be very powerful. The world can be a hard place to exist, as real people and real relationships, or lack thereof, can be quite challenging to confront as is. Do we really want to add corporations to the list of things that can now toy with our heartstrings. I'm always a bit concerned when I see my world start to share more and more characteristics with dystopian science fiction stories. But hey, maybe I'm just overreacting. I sure hope I am. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, I'm going to ask that you please subscribe. It's free and you can always change your mind later. Otherwise, have a great day. See ya.